Welcome to Unicorn Straight No Chaser, where you come for the shenanigans, but you stay for the debauchery. As usual, I have my co-host with me to my right. Look at me, I got it right today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Tokyo T, here to bring you inside Pandora's box full of kinks and chaos. So stay tuned for Inside the Box.
And of course, our resident Soft Dom Daddy.
What's going on, everyone? It's just Soft Dom Daddy here. The Carty experience. How y'all ladies doing today?
And of course, I am Siren by Night, your queen of extra, your sultan of shenanigans, your diva of debauchery, and the official HBIC. So we are going to get started with our mental health segment. And of course, y'all want to stick around for the Inside the Box segment, because if you thought last week was crazy and last week was absolutely insane and crazy, I mean, we had people jerking off mice, old people sucking people off. it was
a lot.
Absolute chaos, okay? And Carty was the main character.
Damn.
So you want to stick around for that, or if for some reason you leave, you better come back. So let's do our housekeeping. Just the best. She is on vacation. She had the nerve to think that she could go on vacation this week. So our Soft Dom Daddy is running the stream today.
It's not my fault, Jess. Just let you know that we didn't start late because of me. I'm doing my job. Okay, those intros were fucking flush. Okay, I'm doing pretty good so far.
Jess will beat you. Okay.
Yeah, she will.
So while we are doing housekeeping, I do want to say thank you to our co-executive producer, the bald man, King Kurt Live, because he did come in and do some aesthetic tightening up for us today. And of course, the main executive producer, myself, Siren by Night, always. If you have a podcast and you don't know how to get started, if you have a podcast and you do not gain invisibility, or if you want to do a podcast and you don't know how to get started, we can help you with that. So make sure you hit us up, slide in our DMs or something about business. I don't want any dick pics. All right. And we can help you with those things if you are interested in engaging in shenanigans like we do every week, or you have a topic that you're passionate about that you would like to bring to the platform. All right. Also, we are starving creatives. Please, oh please, if you feel like you are loving the content that we are bringing to you today, give us some stars. All right. If you enjoyed the stories that we gave you last week, if you would like us to keep bringing you debauchery, just give us a, you
really gotta pay for these stories. You don't get these stories made up. They are 100% real shit.
First of all, let's be honest. We should have had 1.4 million stars last week because those stories were amazing. All right, and I'm not even
laugh at my pain.
They were absolutely amazing. So again, like I said, please support us. Hey Sal. Yes, backdoor dickhead. It's always good to see you.
How's my dog? My dog is fine and has been not sexually aroused or pleasured in any way. Okay, guys.
Who's asking about the dog?
Groovy.
Oh, what page are you on, Groovy? Because I can't see. I can't see.
I'm doing good, girl.
The nerve of you living life. How dare you?
Welcome to Inside the Box.
Inside the box.
Hey, who's professional here? who's professional here? Let's be real. You know why I'm here. Let me do what I do.
Okay.
Thank you. Inside the box. Yeah. Now we can go.
Thank you. So today we're going to get into some creepy shit, okay? We're going to talk about something called Formicophilia, okay? Now, or let's give it a better name, the other name, aka bug play.
AKA let him come.
Let him come.
Let him come.
Where is Carolyn at? Where is Carolyn at? Carolyn let me down today. Where is she at? The nerve of Carolyn having something to do. I'm gonna tell her about herself.
So, bug play is a form. Now, last week we talked about zoophilia, which is having sex with animals. This is a form of zoophilia. This is a form of it because it's a insect or whatever. Is a form of zoophilia where you have a sexual interest in being crawled upon, nibbled on, or completely covered in bugs. Okay. Insects such as ants, small creatures, slugs, worms, snails, any type of anything that people would consider creepy crawlies,
So like AKA fear factor.
Pretty much. That would be like a orgy. Fear factor would be orgy level to these people. Okay.
Oh God.
Now, they get sexually aroused by the stinging, tickling, the slimy feeling, the crawly feeling. Technically, it's like a sensation play type thing. The different sensations that they feel throughout their body when they're being crawled upon will lead to a sexual arousal. Mm-hmm. They would get sexually aroused by that sensation. This often involves the application of insects to the genitals areas of the body, but you can put it anywhere. A lot of people do. They put it on their private areas, but the crawling, yes.
We're going there.
Hey, Louie, where you been at? Yeah. Crawling on the skin.
Bed bugs.
Bed bugs? Hey, what are y'all doing in here? Hey, y'all. Yes, so the sensation of that is arousing. I have some case studies that I wanted to get into because it's wild. But I want to kind of
it looks disgusting.
It's wild.
That snail picture is nasty.
He put it up.
Put that one up first. There we go.
Oh my God. So
leave that up there for a minute.
Now, like it says on this picture, some people do use bugs as a form of BDSM, a form of kind of like torture and the psychological distress that it gives to other people. Because people typically don't like the feeling of bugs and shit. Like, it's creepy. It's a gut punch reaction to wipe a bug off you if a mosquito sting you or something like that. Your gut punch reaction is to like cringe. These people, that cringe is enticing, and for others, they want to inflict that pain, anxiety on others. Stress. I will be losing it. Okay.
That's shorty coming right now.
She looks so. Don't you look at ease? She's so at ease.
Like,
she does, but it's like, wow, why are you at ease? Like, what?
A whole bunch of Aries on his face.
Lewis said, "Please take that off the screen."
I know I've been up there too long. You can't take it off now. It's creeping me out.
But look at that shit getting off.
Ew.
No.
So, some fun facts.
Mhm.
Being stung with the penis increases the intensity and duration of an orgasm. So if you get stung by a bee or some type of stinging creature, get bit by ants and stuff like that, you can have a better, long-lasting orgasm.
Lies. I've been stung by a bee. I ain't nut. That's some bullshit.
So you get stung by a bee. Wait, does it have to be in your penis?
Yes, if you get stung on the penis, yes,
No.
it increases. So for example, if I'm a man, I'm turned on by bees crawling on my penis. I'm erect. I'm excited. So the fact that it's on me is getting me off. You know, I'm excited. I'm damn near about to come. So when he stings me on my penis, you know what I mean? That just was like, oh, I done came. That was it. And I done came super hard and intense, and it lasted for longer than 2 seconds.
I'm just trying to figure out in what situation was somebody dick out for them to realize that they want a bee to sting their dick, and that's going to be the thing. Like, how does that happen? Like,
how do you get a bee to do it? A bee. I know like people only have like the bear bees. I know those folks are like weird and shit, but behind closed doors, like, all right, I'm gonna take these bees off my beard and put them down there.
You can easily pick up a bee and put it anywhere on your body. It's not hard. It's just that you got to know where they are. You got to know.
Yeah, show me how to catch a bee. Oh.
And bees and animals are attracted to certain things. So, like, I think I was what was it? Ants? Oh my God. Ants or something is like attracted to electricity, or snails. They're all got things that they like, you know, so you can kind of entice them to come to this area. Some white European. Listen, it got to be. So I kind of want to say, how do they get into the mindset of making this happen? So as a case study, this is how this particular person, I'm not going to say any names, I'm just going to kind of talk about his issue. So at the age of 14, this patient saw an ice cream stick covered in ants. His first thought was, what it would feel like if his penis was that ice cream stick. So in his mind, I guess a stick is like phallic, so he probably was like, it's covered. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if my penis was right there? What would that feel like? I think a lot of it starts off as like a eye curiosity.
How old was he? Again.
He was 14. He was 14.
So at 14 years old, he was thinking about ants in his dick.
I think he was just thinking about his dick, period. You're 14, you're a 14-year-old boy, you just think about, all right, I'm going to just replace things with my dick and see if it works out.
And that's what I think some of them start off as, like this weird, like, what would happen if, you know what I mean? He really wanted it to be fire ants. So he started controlling his genitals, and he became sexually aroused by it in his adulthood. He was a socially and intellectually competent person, but he was also attracted to dogs and goats. What? So he had a lot. He did a lot of shit to dogs and goats. So he had a lot of things.
He needed. Billy needs some help.
He had a lot of things. He imagines
Billy needs some help.
Billy is a serial killer. What did you talk about? He attracted to dogs and goats, and he wants ants on his dick.
Like, yo, you know, you have a hole there, right? Like, what?
That's what I said.
Urethra, like, ooh, Negro.
Fun. I'm very glad you brought up urethra. So we're gonna talk about that. Y'all been leewaying me into all my things. Oh. I was watching not a documentary on this or whatever, and people were talking about how they feel, you know, with this paraphilia or whatever. Mm-hmm. One person said he liked to insert earthworms into his urethra. Okay. Let me tell you how. This is how you know niggas and geniuses. Listen, people are geniuses. The way I would never in my life thought of this shit, right? He said what he does is he inserts his penis into something cold, maybe ice, because earthworms like cold. Okay. He'll put his penis in something cold, right? And then what he'll do is he will like kind of like put them in that area, you know, put them in that area, and then it's like, okay, it's cold, it gets him to go in there. How he is, so he says, my thought is, how the fuck do you get it out, right? If this didn't go up in your urethra, right?
I'm closing my urethra right now. I'm just like grabbing it. This is just
listen. So in order to get it to actually go into the actual pee hole, he uses incense. So you know, a lot of bugs don't like smoke. You use incense to like get them to go in this direction, right to his urethra. To get it to come out, he will either once you go into the penis and the blood flow, it will start to warm up. So the deeper you go, the hotter it gets. So they don't like the heat. So the worm will either back out backwards or he'll turn. He'll turn and come out. And when he said when it turns and comes out, it's the most euphoric, amazing feeling that he's ever had.
Nigga.
What? He goes, listen, that man, the man who tells his story loves this shit, okay? This is his life. And the thing is, he has, I guess he has like a partner or whatever, but his partner actually said like, yo, the way you look when you're doing this is wild. Like, I guess she watched him do it, I guess. Oh. And she said, yo, you're so happy. Like, I can't compete with that shit. That's how I felt. I can't compete with that shit. Wild.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't deserve. If you're not going, what's wrong with good old fashioned just vagina?
And you know what?
When did that just become so overrated? I'm gonna put an earthworm in my pee hole.
Fuck you, and your titties.
I got my worms.
Some of these people don't have interest in regular sex. They don't really have interest in having sex. Right. This is their shit. Like, this is their shit. Like, this is what gets them off and how they.
So when the worm is coming out, right? Does he ejaculate and then like the worm is like expunged from his urethra? Like, is that what happened?
This is so cringy.
But he didn't describe it that way. He described it as the feeling when it comes out. I'm assuming he comes right after, because I can't imagine him like, maybe he don't. I don't know.
I can't fix my face to be normal. This is just too cringy for me. I can't.
What the fuck?
No, I'm thinking in my head. I don't know if y'all seen the last season of The Boys.
Yeah.
The first episode, the guy that shrunk down and like went into his urethra and started like rubbing his walls and shit. He was like, "Ooh, yeah, babe." I was like, "No."
Yeah.
And then he sneezed.
Urethra play is a thing, so it is a whole kink.
No, it's not. How? Like, I never had a catheter in me. I've been told that shit hurt like crazy. So I don't see how that could be pleasurable to anybody.
Lewis said this is some next level bullshit.
And beyond.
So I want to talk about another case study. This one is a little more in depth. So this particular child, he's a male. He kept ants in his cupboard at a hobby that he was 9. He enjoyed the ticklish feeling. It started off as just like, oh my God, you know, ants and shit. He just liked bugs. And then he started letting them crawl on his legs and thighs. When he was 10, he said he had a sexual relationship with another boy. I don't know how sexual it was, but he played with a little boy. The dad severely beat him for this. So he kind of rejected that part of his life and decided to kind of like focus on the things that made him happy. Like, he liked bugs. So instead of, because he got his ass whooped doing something sexual with this, it kind of imprinted on a different type of his life. Right. So he ended up going more into his hobby of playing with bugs. So around 13 or 14, when he go through puberty, he ended up getting snails and cockroach collection. and really got preoccupied with bugs. Right. So then he started masturbating to them and letting them crawl on him. At 28, he was masturbating several times a week with cockroaches crawling on his thighs and testicles. And snails crawling over his nipples and penis. Wait. And sometimes he would hold a frog against his penis to enjoy the vibrations as it tried to escape.
Motherfucker.
Now, this particular guy was disgusted with himself, right? He was disgusted with something. He did not like that he did this. He thought it was disgusting and things like that, which could be projecting from, him really being gay and then kind of turn into something more extreme or whatever situation may be. So he's
the dude in the ass. Like, what the fuck?
Child. Okay.
Ooh, Ty.
Because I like bugs is wild. I can't.
Mom beat his ass. Like, why do I clean your sheets with all these fucking bugs in these sheets? They stuck together.
Like,
what is going on?
How did they not run away? How did they not run away? Like,
they know they are attracted to certain things. So the people that get into this bug play know exactly what attracts them and what doesn't. I was just reading. Oh God, I can't even remember everything. I was reading like I said, ants are attracted to electricity, but then when they get electrocuted, they'll give off a pheromone, bring more ants. So I'm guessing that's probably what they do. They probably like, fuck with the ant. The ant call their friends. All the ants come to their location. Certain ways that they can learn to get this done. Now,
that ain't right.
Only treatment is right. Like, huh?
That ain't right. Now my mind's just wandering around. Me being a sick fuck. I'm just he has
a sick fuck.
He has his ant farm, right? And it's like, I'm just gonna take your queen. Oh, I got your queen. What you gonna do for it? And he's just like, I'm just gonna just slide you downhill.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the type of stuff.
Queen back.
And this particular guy derived no pleasure from normal sexual activities. But this was just an alternative outlet. Regardless if you have if you have some type of trauma associated with your sexuality, that doesn't mean your sexual urges go away. So you almost got to be like, well, what the fuck can I do? You know what I'm saying? And this kind of where he went with it. But he had a disdain for the regular sex. Like, fuck that. I want to have sex with niggas. I can't do that. So fuck you bugs.
Yes, you can.
I blame his father because you didn't want your fucking son to be gay, and now he fucking roaches and shit.
Treatment wise, there's not a lot of treatment. You can have like cognitive therapy, and you know what? The only thing I've seen was, I want to say conversion therapy, but that's not the word. It might be though, where you kind of like try to see regular sexual stuff and masturbate to that, like so you can get aroused to that, and then kind of the bugs are more looked at as a negative thing, like you have a disgust response to that, and not not conversion. I feel like it's the wrong word.
Like Bugs Life sex tape.
They was watching ants
conversion.
And they was like, ooh. But why are all these children in here?
So
my thing is the spiders. Like, the spiders though. Like,
and
I
some people that
hate spiders.
Some people that do have this fetish also have a it kind of coincides with like a nature fetish. So like being out in the woods and hearing the birds and the trees, and something to do with nature, laying on the floor, getting covered and all that, all kind of goes together. So it kind of coincides with that a lot of times. But sometimes no, they go and get.
Got me twitching over here.
I wouldn't have a problem. Like I could see how it would turn you on, like having sex out in the woods and natures with the trees and the wind blowing over your naked skin. That's sexy. You know what I'm saying? But a roach, crawling on my dick, that's typically
like a 1,000-legger, like millipede.
That's typically not a preference. You know what I mean? Normally, if you look up and a roach is crawling on your leg, you like, what? It's time to fucking go. All right, but these people are comforted by this, and I don't see how you get into it. I thought like penises, like they want to be in something warm and moist with a little grip on it. How?
That's what you would think, but no.
How is that preferable?
You know what? Those ever since I was a kid, every time I go to like the like Nature Science Museum, there's always that one keeper that had like, oh, you want to see something cool, and he has like a whole bunch of crazy ass insects. Like, oh, don't be afraid, they're my buddies. That motherfucker. That motherfucker. You want to pet Harry? Harry's a fucking tarantula. I don't want to touch that shit. And he's like, oh look, he's all cool. He'll crawl. No, that nigga. Take those bugs away from him.
He having sex with the bugs.
That guy.
Just his dick out, just at the Academy of Natural Sciences and stuff. That's
after hours.
He like, ooh, Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Oh god, I hiss on this dick. What? I'm sorry, Tequila. I can't. Did you want me to put the other ones on there? I can put the other ones on there.
Yeah, put the other ones up there.
Oh Lord. All right, here it comes, guys. We warned you now.
Brace yourself.
So the term was coined by Ratnan, I can't pronounce their last name, and John Money in 1986 from the Latin formica, ant, plus the Greek philia, which is love. So
why was it two niggas though? Why did two people coin this?
Cause y'all niggas is nasty. Y'all niggas, y'all will put y'all dick on in
it should just be one person
on next to, beside, on the top of anything to see if you can get a sexual response. Y'all will fuck a fucking tree if you could.
Trust me, someone's putting a big giant earthworm in a pussy. I'm sure.
Lewis talk about after hours at the Franklin Institute. Now the Academy of Natural Sciences is where it's really at, okay? If they have like a nice bug exhibit there, or the butterfly
exhibit.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. Yeah, just running naked through the butterfly.
Give them places to go. Like, don't give them places to go. Like,
I'm gonna get my butterfly kisses now.
I'm about to corner the market. Like, yeah, I know where you can get your dick slugged on real good. That's what we're gonna call it.
And it's always a discrepancy when it comes to animals or zoophilia situations with consent. They believe that, you have the one side that's like, nigga, we ain't, just let them crawl on me and I'm going to get off that way. And you have people that's like, that's not consent. They not consent to being crawling on your penis. I think that's fucking ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. It's no consent. It's no consent for them to crawl on anything. So those that like, these people making issues out of nothing. It's already, just say it's trifling. Just say it's nasty. You letting this thing crawl in.
Well, it seems like it's only men that like to have sex with bugs.
That's the only case study I've seen was men. So I don't, and I can't find any statistics. I try to find statistics between men and women, and even the animals the insects that they like the most. And the only one I see mostly is like slugs and ants, but I can't find any statistics on it. And I'm wondering, it's just because nobody talk about it.
Who the hell? They don't talk about it. I like fucking slugs and ants. Like, who's coming out? Well, technically, they not really fucking them, but they, who's going to come out and be like, what really gets me off is when these ants crawl over top of me. Like, who's going to?
And the one lady was like, yeah, they're not consenting to being put on your penis, And so the guy that do it was like, they don't know they're on my penis. You know what I mean? Like, they're not aware.
You want to fuck the tree?
That's the thing too. I have heard something about that.
Fuck around and find out.
You said you convincing Well, listen, if you try it, listen, Jack.
If y'all try it, tell me what it's like.
Let me know.
Go for a nice little picnic in your picnic basket and let the ants come and you have a full day.
Put a little honey on your dick and see what happens. Like, I don't know.
I can't stop scratching. Like this is I fucking hate bugs.
Just take a picture
I really
of your dick
do.
covered in ants. And...
All right.
I refuse to look at pictures.
All right, here come the next picture. I'm gonna get this picture out the way.
These paraphilia balls, the epicondyle genitals, but in others may be the focus. Yeah, it doesn't have to be your penis, but it do be.
A black widow? I don't want that shit on you. All right, get out of here. I hate spiders.
So if you have this paraphilia or this, formicophilia, bug play situation, just be safe. I don't recommend y'all letting them sting you. I think that's wild. Also, fun fact though, if you get stung on your penis, it does increase the depth. It gets bigger. It goes from like 6.5 to 6.5. So it does get bigger, but I don't know the lasting effects of that.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way. It gets bigger.
What you're saying to me is, men out there, you have a small penis.
You want a natural Viagra?
A natural way to get your dick bigger. So go on and find yourself a little bee's nest, a beekeeper, if you will, and let them dip your dick in honey, and just take a little walk through and go pleasure her. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, it's going to be pollen. You need pollen on your dick because bees don't go attract the honey. You need pollen.
And it's even bigger on the second.
Bees don't like. Bees not gonna come if you put honey on, Lord.
Well, no, bees make the honey.
No, they make honey.
It's just a byproduct of getting pollen. So
yeah, you need a plant. You need a flower.
Yeah,
a hydrangea or some shit. Something.
That's not the way they depict it in the cartoons.
Yeah. The bear is like the honey.
Well, I'm sure somebody out there that want a bear too. So at this point,
help the bear.
We got sheeps, dogs, like roaches now. The roach is the one that's really getting me. Like
I fucking
not
hate that
a fucking roach. Where did oh my god. And if you live in a household without roaches, where did you go get these roaches from? You decided
get cockroaches. You can buy cockroaches. You can buy a little critter.
You buy a cock.
You usually buy them for like other
you feed other other pets like frogs
like you
and like lizards and shit.
I'm not feeding my animals no roaches. And isn't it something
they're farm raised.
I never want a roach in my household, like voluntarily. Like I'm going to buy a roach to put in my house. It makes no fucking sense to me. Who does that? We need to kill them all.
I agree. I don't think they bring any.
What do we need roaches for?
Roaches and mosquitoes are two things we can get rid of on the planet.
Like we need bees. I understand that we need bees, but what the fuck do we need roaches for? The crawl on people's dicks? Apparently,
pretty much. I mean, roaches been around for the.
So is that how we can't get rid of roaches? Is because there's a whole secret group of people keeping them alive? Look, if you have a dick, you can.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth, and time and time again, we see that men will try to stick it.
Doesn't mean that you should, though. But
hot apple pies.
We got to adventure, right? moving the needle in progress in sexual exploitation.
He was using the frog like a fleshlight.
I'm almost out of liquor. I am out of liquor.
He's using a frog as a fleshlight. Who does that? Like, what? That is a demented mind.
You have this. I don't recommend.
If you haven't, seek help.
Because I feel like you can hurt yourself. And it can cause some hurt, some pain. Getting stung ain't nice. At least take a Benadryl or something beforehand, some type of antihistamine. I don't know. I think it's all. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
I think women do it, but they just have sense enough not to let people know that they do it. You know what I'm saying? And like we really do try not to kink shame. We do. We try. We try really hard not to kink shame, but some of the shit is like, what do you do when you walk in and you see your man or your son like masturbating with using a frog. Like,
stop it.
Because I wouldn't even be able to wrap my head around it. I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing to that frog? What's going on? Like, what happened? Can you get a disease from it?
I'm sure you get warts. You touch toad the frog, you get warts.
Is that true, or is that
I didn't even see.
That's true. You
But
get
you
warts.
can get something to be stung. You can get at least get anaphylactic shock or something. You know what I mean? You can get.
Can you imagine? And then you
I need a needle.
This out, and they like the paramedics show up. You on the floor, your dick out, and what the fuck is going on?
Not Kermit.
No, not unless Kermit.
Ribbit, motherfucker, ribbit.
Wow.
No.
Yes, we have the technology. We can make them smarter.
Technology, right? It's way too many things.
Take this Oculus and have sex. I'd rather that happen than anything. Like,
I don't want my son to be that demented. Is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like the vagina or booty, whatever the case may be, whatever your preference is either vagina or booty. It is plentiful and bountiful.
Of human. Now we have to say human.
Of humans. Of humans. It's plentiful.
Can't say animals got pussies and assholes.
I don't even want to think about my child having sex, let alone me walking in and he got snails all over him. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, how the fuck did these snails get in my fucking house? And you're not going to tell me that there wasn't an incident when some of these bugs went running amiss. So now, you know, you got grandma wondering why is ants, roaches, snails, and frogs all over the goddamn house.
Calling fucking Terminex 3 times a week.
She calling the pastor over. She think it's the end of days. It's a plague. It's a plague upon the
locusts.
Because that's a random ass combination of shit. Like, pastor, it was frogs. I went in the bathroom. It was snail. Like, what the fuck is going on in my house? Like, that's not even a normal fucking thing to have in the house. Like, I never just woke up and seen a snail crawling down the goddamn hallway.
Right.
Or leeches. You put a leech on your titty? Let it suck on you?
Oh my God. I'm sure that.
I mean, that chick was getting a whole facial.
Yeah.
She was in love. She was in love. She was like, just cream all over my face.
Ooh, it looks disgusting. It looks nasty.
And then she ate him afterwards. Escargot.
Yeah. I eat you, you eat me, we eat each other. So do they think they're in love?
Some of that's love.
Like the zoo?
I think yes. I don't want to say in love, but I do think they have this an affection for them.
Yeah.
Like the way that if you look at, maybe I'll send it in the chat, but if you look at the way that they talk about it, they talk about like a loved one. You know what I mean? Like bugs, and he's so, that feels so like, oh my God, they explain it as if it's like a beautiful symphony, like it's just wow.
Oh God.
It's wow. It's wild. It's wild. They like a lot of love and euphoria they get from this.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. At least you can see a dog's facial expression. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we're gonna have to find next week. We gotta get a king that we can get down with. Like, hey, you know what? We can actually try this shit.
Listen.
I mean, you could try it. It ain't like you can't try it.
I'm not trying that shit.
Ty,
try it.
Ty gonna come in the house and she was gonna have a bag of snails. Like, guess what I got? Guess what we're doing tonight?
Burning my whole house down. I'm burning my house down.
It's a snail, as long as it ain't cockroaches. Send us pictures. Tie him up, Ty, and then put the snails on his dick. Tie him up, put the snails on his dick, take pictures.
What? No. No. She hates bugs too, so she definitely.
Technically, a snail is not a bug.
It's a fuck it was what it is.
Oh man.
That's right.
He said, hell no. For science.
Hell no.
For science. Did we
Fuck
already,
science.
we already established that we do
From this
things
point.
down here for science. We make mice come and all types of things. How are we supposed to get? There's not enough studies available, so we.
Look, I ain't date that girl. That was the first and last time.
That's crazy. Did she call you like, what happened?
She did. And
she really had no clue that it was because she said she jerked the mice off.
Well, if she watches the show, she would know. But I ain't fucking answering.
I didn't even answer.
I ain't bothering. I can't. Like, what? Come on. She probably
was sitting somewhere like, I don't know what happened. It seemed like we had chemistry and everything. I told him about my job, told him about the mice and jerking them off, and that's when
the girlfriend you shouldn't have kept should have told him about the mice jerking.
She probably was like, bitch, I told you stop telling people about that.
Exactly. This is why you can't keep no man, because you just beating mice dick all day. Like, what the fuck?
You know what? Maybe she had a fetish. Maybe she was just like, I prefer the company of mice.
Then she don't need me. That's perfectly fine. But you can't tell me, I had a good day today and expect me to touch your hands or whatever. I don't know. I'm not doing that.
She was like, you want some dinner? I was mixing up a few things.
Just the thought of it just like makes my stomach hurt. It's cringe.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm cracking up. Oh
yeah, couldn't make that one work.
Oh Lord, she probably got pet mice in her house. She's just let the mice run around. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt them. I know
mice are people too. The fuck they ain't.
She said, I know what they need. I know what y'all here for. You heard about me.
The fucking Pied Piper of mice beating.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So it was no hope for y'all Formicophilia or whatever y'all are. Y'all Formicophilia.
Y'all on y'all own on that one.
I don't know what's worse, fucking a dog or fucking a cockroach. I don't.
They're all bad.
They're all bad.
All of it. It's all bad.
There is no one or the other in this scenario.
They probably judge each other though. I'm
sure they do. I'm sure they do.
You fucking a cockroach, and they like, you fucking Fido. So
I'd rather be celibate if given the two choices.
Anyway.
Well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you walked in kind of late, but we are talking about people who like to have insects or snails, as the case may be, crawl on their penis so that they can get aroused and climax. That's what we were discussing.
Earthworms in the urethra hole.
Yeah. Oh, the earthworm. I forgot all about that shit. And a gentleman who likes to put earthworms in his urethra hole so that he can climax. That's what you walked in on. I would suggest to you that you rewind a little bit.
I knew it. I say he gonna go right back out.
We're scaring people away.
Some people just gotta go.
Listen, we're not into it.
These are things that I'm trying to educate y'all on.
Yes, we are educating people on different kinks and fetishes. Talk to me, nerdy. All right, so we do it every Thursday. We have a discussion about some strange erotic fetish. That's all I'm saying. Some of it you may like, and some of it, like this, is a no.
I'm waiting for the one I like. I was just waiting for that wheel to spin and land on it.
Truth is always going to be stranger than fiction. That's all I'm going to say.
Very true.
Because I never I never thought that a man would dip his penis in ice so that an earthworm would crawl into it. Never would have thought that.
Doesn't make sense.
All the work you put in. You put a lot of work in.
or putting bee stings on your dick. I don't know.
It's a lot. I got a lot of. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
But I do remember that this is one insect that if you do get stung by it, it will like keep your dick hard for like a day and a half.
Oh, what?
I forget what insect it is, but yeah, the poison that it gives off will like keep your dick hard. Like,
but will you die?
Possibly.
Can you imagine? Oh no, I got stung by a zertle. But before I die, come get this work. like what? Like, how do people? I don't even know how these things happen and occur for people to find out that it works. Like,
he knows the answer. It's full of meth.
I'm freaking. You know what? You got a point. It could be meth. Because I wouldn't even think an earthworm could really fit inside the urethra. How big?
And earthworms can get big. They can't get big.
They go stretch. They kind of get skinnier and skinnier. So that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot of work.
I'm gonna Google.
I don't recommend.
What you going to Google?
How big earthworms get?
How big is your urethra? Like, do you ever try to stick anything in there?
No.
Don't and look at me.
They can grow to 4 feet.
Huh?
They can reach up to 4 feet.
Okay.
Oh my God! You know how big 4 feet is? A small person.
Don't look at me like I was asking a crazy question. It's the hole is on you. You could have tried to stick something in it. As a child, people sticking earthworms on it. Maybe you stuck a Q-tip in there, or
no, nothing goes in. Everything comes out. And that's the way the world works.
Never like food items, or I know some of y'all men watching. I know y'all tried to stick something in the hole.
Nothing goes in there. It doesn't feel good. Like I remember, like
the earthworm feels good. Apparently,
to that nigga and that nigga alone. No one feels his pleasure but him.
They sell instruments called urethral sounds. They're like long things that you could put in there. They say it feels good. It's a whole thing. Like it's a whole.
No means no.
Ha! She proved you wrong. Ha!
It is. It's called a urethral sound. It's very wild. Some of them have ridges on it. Some of them have spirals. Like it's a lot, and they're huge.
Rich for his pleasure. Okay, so there are men who like stuff stuck in a hole.
I don't know, but you talk to any nurse, that does catheters for a living. I'm swearing that her testimony. You
got to be very, very, because it's very thin in there. You could really hurt yourself, but they do have instruments for it. Wow.
That's wild. I'll stick to my vagina. I could stick a finger in there, a vibrator in there. You know what I mean? It's just it's like a top hat that you pull a rabbit out of. You can do a lot of things with a vagina.
Hey, like I said, earthworm can go up to 4 feet. That's a pretty big size dildo for earthworm.
Yeah, well, ain't no earthworms going in my vagina. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, earthworm Jim up in there.
I didn't think about that. Y'all, oh my God. Ew.
Sit in a bowl of water. It like it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But apparently, y'all like to play dangerous games with your dicks. So
it is.
I'll leave y'all to that. It's a lot going on. It's too much. So sex was made for procreation. Really, that's really what it was made out of. You get a little pleasure from it, but that's all it was really made for, was for us to procreate and the human race to survive. And when I look at what it has become,
you took it, we've been left with it real quick.
I know that if you believe in God, then he is like, what the fuck? Like, can you just imagine, like, is this nigga putting cockroaches on his dick?
By any means necessary at this point, let this man come.
Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? Like, God is up there, like, burn it all with fire. Like, when the end, if you believe in God and you believe in the end to all of this shit, or you can't even fight with him. You can't argue with nothing. Look, he jumped right on. This is random, but Siren, I didn't know HNIC had a step team.
Rather
fertilized. What you know about that?
Yes. Yes, we do. I get the ski, all that good stuff out here. Mm-hmm. I like my eggs perforate, but then I don't want to go through with it. So that would be the answer to that question. Yeah. Just know that when the end of days come, don't argue with the Lord and Savior because we deserve it. We deserve it.
They deserve it.
We got our own kinks that he probably is looking at, you know, while you having your orgies or whatever the case may be. That he's just like,
hey, I love my orgies.
And then he looking at Tokyo and he's disappointed. He's like, I made sex for you to procreate. And you sitting up here, you won't let the nigga.
I gave you a whole husband and evering, and all you had to do was let him come.
And so now you got to go to hell. You won't do what you're supposed to do.
I know I'm going to hell, and I got a cushion. I'll be sitting right in that hellfire, like, well, shit, see more fun there any goddamn way.
Child, I don't want to be hot. That's my problem. My whole thing is like, listen, I got a portable air conditioner in my luggage. You know what I'm saying? Like, to help me smuggle this shit in.
Gotta give the people what they want.
Look, Ty, let him come. Let him let him come. Let him once. It's
your time. I don't know why this is like the 8th week in a row. I don't know.
At this point, it's a protest on Tokyo end.
You don't miss it. You don't miss how it feels.
No.
You never liked the power wash, that feeling of it filling you up.
Power wash on your wall.
It's a warm sensation. You don't like no.
Look at her face in disgust. I'd rather fuck a cockroach than let that man come.
She looks disgusted. Like I said, put the cockroach in her butt. Like that's what she looks like. Like what? I'm confused. That's what I call it.
It's a type of loop, though.
Listen, you're a man. You don't know what it feels like when you don't know what it feels like when a man ejaculates in you. Like if it's a lot, like he ain't come for a while, like you can feel it shoot up in you, and it's warm and it spreads out, and then you can feel it run back down. It feels great.
This is a girl with the brooder kink right here.
I don't know that I necessarily have a breeding kink. I just like cream pies.
I mean, tomato.
I don't want to get pregnant. I just want the cream pie.
Well, neither do the people that want to get bred. That's the whole point. Was just come in me because I want to have the feeling of being breaded, but not really.
True. Yeah, that's true though.
Some of them people do like playing with the idea of getting pregnant.
They think it's like gambling. It's like gambling. They don't really. They usually be on birth control. He's vomiting from his home. I feel like he is.
Not Jesus is vomiting. Ooh. Is it like that?
Fill me up, buttercup, baby.
Call me Twinkie. You can call me Twinkie. Oh my God! All right,
blood lovers unite.
Oh my God! Nothing wrong with a cream pie. I'm a little surprised with you, Tokyo. I'm a little surprised and dare I say a little bit disappointed.
Well, that's
I'm disappointed is y'all on this show and y'all don't drink nearly as much as I drink.
I'm an alcoholic. I don't know what you're talking about.
So am I.
The show keeps me sober, actually. So my name is.
This show makes me want to drink more.
I drink after the show. That's usually what happens. I do the show, and then after the show, I treat myself to a little drink and a little meal. You know, pinky up, all that good stuff. That's typically, and I don't hit to work tomorrow, so I'm really going to be able to enjoy it.
Turn up.
Wait, do I have something to drink? I don't think I have anything to drink. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't have any wine. I don't have any wine, but I do have something to drink. So, yeah, that's typically what I do. Because I'll try to keep my wits together so I can run the show. Because when I'm distracted, you know, it's chaos. It's already chaos, but it's even more chaos when I'm distracted. And I'm supposed to be reading my notes and all that bullshit like that there. Making sure things go well.
Right.
Anyway, y'all came in at the tail end of the show, and I'm sorry. I wish y'all would have been here earlier, but please, if it's your first time here, make sure that you go and watch the replay. Give us our views, please.
Yes.
We are struggling creatives, informing you guys on
Tell them where we at.
And I am informing you guys on all things debaucherous. So in addition to the web show, we actually have a podcast, and you can find us on Anchor and Spotify. So if you want to listen and have a little laugh during your day, pop in your earbuds. Please make sure that they stay connected at all times, because we don't want you to be called into HR. And we don't want your coworkers to be looking at you strange, because now they think that you like bugs crawling on your dick.
And you let him come. But what is that about?
What is that about? You need to go watch the replays to find out. This was like a few episodes ago, and you can find out where hashtag let him come originated and why we will never let Tokyo live this down. You also can find out why I like Impact Play and why Carty over here likes, you know, old women with no dentures to suck his dick. There's a lot of things that you.
That was not. Is that what you grabbed out of that? That is not true. It was one time.
And if you don't know, whenever we do this, that means allegedly.
Yes. I can clear that right now. It's not true.
You can always find us on all Head Nurse in Charge platforms. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on the Head Nurse in Charge platforms on Facebook. The main page, West, North, South. We everywhere, baby. Worldwide, all right? And we also have an Instagram. So you can find us on the network, Instagram, HNIC Network. And you also can find us at our Instagram page, Unicorn Straight No Chaser. We also have Facebook. We also have our YouTube that we are rebooting and revamping, where you can find our past shenanigans. Listen, when we were really shenanigans, because we used to be drunk as shit. We had to cut out the drinking because we were really, really, really drunk when we were doing our first season.
You gotta bring that back. That was awesome.
We was doing like 4-hour shows because we were just talking. We were talking like we was talking to our girlfriends, and that was it. And nobody else was there but us. I mean, we acknowledged that people were there, but it was too much. It was too much. Like you gotta keep a little bit of sobriety, just a little bit, just enough to keep the time shorter. But please go back and watch the replays. Easy access is to go on Twitch or to go on YouTube, especially to find season 1 of Unicorn Straight No Chaser. Season 2 has started off with a bang, and we have had 9 strong episodes of shenanigans and debauchery. So I hope that if you came here for the first time, that you will return again. You can find us every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Also, I am the assistant con director for the HNIC con. No.
Oh.
Assistant con director for HNIC con.
Where's that?
So please go to www.headnurseincharge.com and get your tickets for HNIC Con. Our theme is going to be Carnival, and you don't want to miss that. If you've never been to Caribbean Carnival, this is your chance to experience a snippet of it, and it's really going to be a great time. So please, please, please go check that out. Also, I am one of the managing directors for the Cage Awards, which is a virtual award show for the culture, by the culture, where we honor POC creatives in all areas, cosplaying, gaming, all of digital content creators, all of those things. So you definitely want to follow us on Instagram, and we have a website, www.cageawards.com, so you can stay up to date on that. We're going to have a red carpet. It's going to be a whole thing like the Oscars for nerds. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you are there for that. Additionally, when you go to the headnerdsincharge.com website, we have a plethora of merch. Unicorn Straight No Chaser merch will be coming soon. So please, please keep your eyes out for that. I have some things in mind for you guys when you come and join us, like our little silk robes and stuff like that. Yeah, we're developing those things. And so I want you to keep an eye out for that. But also support Head Nerds in Charge. Buy their merch. They have quality clothing there. And we have a partnership with Champion. I have some of the items myself, and it's very well made. So I urge you to definitely check that out. We have a Patreon.
Oh, get you some.
That's right. We have a Patreon. And there is a unicorns tier, and we will be bringing more and more content to the Patreon that we cannot show you here because we will get shut the fuck down. Has it happened before? Yes, it has. We don't want it to happen again. So please check that out as well. The Head Nerds in Charge Patreon, where you can find the unicorns running wild. Okay? Until next time, don't be fucking the ants. That's all I got to say.
I concur.
I just want one episode where I'm not ending it like that.
Soon enough. We'll get it. Not everybody.
Thanks for joining us, y'all.